how's your day been? Thank you for joining me again for House Blend. This will be the second episode of that. Not that we're really counting episodes or anything, but I guess I don't know, I'm just excited about it, I guess. Um I just woke up to record this, so if I sound like I'm tired, it's because I'm trying to not be tired. So I guess it's just a warning, but I do need to get this done, so forgive me for being slightly unprofessional, I suppose. But before we dive into today's topic, I want to discuss what you see me drawing right now. What I am drawing right now is I guess you could consider it a commission for a friend of mine, Steven. He dropped me some money one day because I was talking about how much I wanted pizza. He just dropped me money for pizza. I was like, what the heck? I can't just accept money for pizza and not like give something in return. So he introduced me to his character Kanta. I believe that's how you'd pronounce it. It's either Kanta or Kanta. I say Kanta. I think it sounds cool. But so I hope that's right, I guess. But he introduced me to this character and said, "Hey, like you could draw this, in return. That would be fantastic." And I was like, "Oh shoot, that does sound cool. I will do that." I love. He didn't have like a full image of the character, and I thought it was a good opportunity for me to design a character based on written instructions. I don't really do that too often, so I figured this would be a great time for me to basically just kind of work on like my character creation skills whilst being like character creation based on other people's ideas kinds of thing, I guess. So that was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun, and because it was like, I guess it just a warning, it does only go to the base colors. I didn't do any shading on it because again I guess it wasn't as much money for a full commission. Whatever, that's not important really. But yeah, that's what I'm drawing. Thank you, Steven, for the pizza. It was really good. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna go into today's topic for the day, and that would be how to survive the world as an introvert. Actually, this topic was inspired by one day somebody dropped this kind of thing into my ask.fm thingy, like a question about, like how to live as an introvert in life. And it got me really thinking that it would make a really good topic for House Blend. Cause I don't know, like I feel like they're right. Like the way they described it was that, like society really does seem to favor extroverts and introverts seem to kind of be left behind. And I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree that that's pretty true. And I'm not entirely sure where I would say I'd fall on the spectrum. I'd say I'd probably lean more towards introvert in a way, but I still really love to go out and do things. So I don't know, maybe I just go through phases, but whatever. I mean, even introverts do that, I suppose. But so that's what we're gonna talk about today. I guess I want to start by talking about, why I do believe that extroverts are, favored by society, and it's pretty obvious. I'm sure you don't even need me to really like explain it to you unless you are extroverted and don't really understand why an introvert would feel uncomfortable. Basically, like TVs, movies, just like music, everything regarding like advertising, just like the general stuff that the media will throw into your face is all really geared towards extroverts. They tell you that if you're not going to parties every Friday and Saturday, that you're not cool, and they tell you that if you're not, like listening to this kind of music and going to the clubs, and it's like, you're not cool. If you're not like, I don't know, if you're not like going out and getting in all kinds of relationships and having all kinds of friends and just like being in all these different situations, have you seen the world yet? Have you gone here? Have you gone there? Have you done this? You're not cool. You're not good enough. What are you doing with your life? It tells you that living a quiet life, at home, maybe with like a few very close friends, maybe just, like a spouse and one child. It tells you that that's not good enough. It tells you it's not good enough to live a quiet, kind of reserved lifestyle, and it's not good enough to maybe go out and hang out with a big group like once or twice a month. I don't know, maybe like when you feel like it. It tells you that if you keep denying plans, if you keep denying like people trying to include you in their plans, I guess, that you're not good enough, and you're not, like, well, if you keep doing that, they're not going to invite you anymore. They're not going to care about you anymore, And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it teaches you that wanting to go out and do all these things all the time is the correct way to do it. And it's pretty obvious why. I mean, come on, like, an introvert doesn't really spend a lot of money on parties, and it doesn't, they don't really like get caught up in all of this stupid stuff that distracts a lot of us. And it's fine to go and want to be distracted. I'm not saying that if you go out and party all the time that you're not, like, I don't know, I'm not trying to say anything about, like, anything mean about that. Like I would love to be able to go to parties, and I would love to be able to go out and do things a lot. But I can't. Financial situations, blah, blah, blah. But it can be pretty distracting, and sometimes it can get in the way of important things like, I don't know, like job, family, just like, the horrible things that are happening in this life, I guess. And society probably does, or definitely does, use this as a distraction. And so it does seem really hard for somebody who is introverted and finds it really hard to go out and hang out with a big crowd to feel comfortable in this world, like to feel comfortable or to feel safe or feel normal. It's like, well, everybody always goes out and does all this stuff, but I can't even imagine doing that. Like, I can't will myself to get up and go do that. Like, I would much rather, be at home, or I'd much rather be at the library. I'd much rather be at the park by myself, like, why can't I just go and do that kind of stuff? And it's not abnormal. Like, if anything, I feel like there are actually a lot, like, just way more introverts in this world than we really give ourselves credit for, or give way more than we think there really are, I guess. And I feel like that's evidenced a lot by, like if you just scroll down your Tumblr timeline, or dashboard, sorry, timeline, whatever. If you just scroll down Tumblr, like, it's really obvious that just nobody wants to be around people, and it's just like, and Twitter can be like that too, and Facebook's weird. They only talk about all the perfect things that are happening in their lives, and then talk about racism and stuff every once in a while, or racist stuff, not even racism, just racist stuff. But yeah, I don't like Facebook. But yeah, like, if you pay close attention to social media, there really are a lot of people who are pretty constantly talking about how they don't want to do anything, how they don't want to see people, how they don't want to, be involved with this, that, or the other thing. And I feel like media is still pushing that everybody should want to be involved with stuff, and it's just not fair, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I feel like there's a lot more introverts than people even realize. And I guess I just want to go into the things that I've thought about that I think would really help, I guess, with surviving the world as an introvert. I think, for one, you have to kind of cut yourself off from, or not cut yourself off, but like mentally separate, the way media portrays a person should be from the way you portray yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up because you're not like, that one guy on that one TV show that gets laid all the time. Like, it's not that serious. You don't have to be that guy. You don't have to be that girl that goes out and parties all the time and has all these friends. You can just have a couple friends and be okay, So, like, focus on yourself more. And if you don't, like there's things you can do, obviously. Like, I'm sure, I would have to imagine that some of you guys have hobbies. And if you don't, you should definitely think about picking one up. Because, I mean, just something that focuses on you, something that you care about. Like, for me, drawing, I guess. I wouldn't really say it's a hobby as much as it's like my chosen career path, but I guess you could say it's both, because I kind of do that too. Video games are a pretty good hobby, for solo people. I don't know, like, reading could be a good hobby. Reading is a wonderful hobby, honestly. It's a really great one to just, because it puts you in this other world, and you don't have to go outside, or you don't have to go to all these places to feel like you're there, and it's really cool. I just freaking love books, dude. I just haven't found a good one in a while, or found the time to read a good one in a while, I guess. But yeah, like, sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot easier to do that. And it's a lot you'll find it a lot more rewarding probably to do that than to force yourself to go to like parties and clubs and bars and blah blah blah. And the other thing is, like, in regards to speaking with other people, you may find other people with that same hobby or with similar hobbies and be able to compare and contrast and talk about that. And that's always, I feel like that's always such a safe bet for a conversation. Like, talk about something that you're really interested in, you know, like, oh, I just started, you know, working on glass blowing. I don't know. That's probably a kind of a dangerous hobby. I don't know. It's not probably not that dangerous, but whatever, you know, like I started working on glass blowing and you know, I'm not very good yet, but I'm getting there. Or like, I'm reading all these instruction books. It's really cool. You want to see some of the stuff I made? You know, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, show me. You know, like, you always, like, having a hobby really is a good conversation starter, I feel like. Maybe it's just me, but I love to hear what people, like, are interested about. I love to hear what people care about, what they're doing, you know. It's fantastic. I love hearing, like, it's just great. It's just great. Like, oh, I've been working on this, you know, like, oh, tell me about this, you know. I just adore that. And there are other people out there who like that, okay? There are other people out there who love seeing how much of a dork you are about your certain favorite TV show or your certain favorite book series or whatever, you know? And I guess next tip would be find other introverts like you. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of them, so you really won't have a hard time finding somebody. If you know, I guess, like, when you get into a friendship or start getting into, like, a friendship, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Like, I feel like as we go into adulthood, people are gonna really feel like honesty is a lot more important than pretending, you know, that everything's okay. Like, I've been finding out with myself, right, like, a lot, is that when people, like, beat around the bush, when people, like, you know, get all passive aggressive, or when people just don't, for whatever reason, want to tell the whole truth, or at least most of the truth, or at least just tell me, like, hey, I just don't want to talk about this, it gets me really annoyed. Like, why? Like, life doesn't need to be that hard. You don't need to lie. You don't need to sneak around. You don't need to pretend everything is okay when it's not. You can just tell me, hey, it's not okay, but I don't want to talk about it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, when you get towards adulthood, honesty will probably be a lot more important because it just makes life a lot easier. So I'd say do that with your friendships. You know, like, when you start getting close to somebody, just kind of warn them, like, hey, I have a hard time sometimes keeping in touch with people. And this is me speaking from my experience, by the way. It's like, I just have a really hard time keeping in touch with people. Sometimes I don't talk to them for days, or sometimes, you know, I really want to talk to somebody, but I don't know what to say or how to say it. And I just, you know, like, sometimes I'm going to need you to put a little bit more effort in if you really do want to talk to me. Or sometimes, you know, you're just going to have to be, I guess, okay that I'm not talking to you right now, because it's not about you. It's really about me just needing some time to myself, or needing some space, or needing, you know, just some quiet time. It's not even really space. It's just quiet time to just not get involved with stuff and just focus on myself, you know. And you just tell somebody, I guess it's kind of like laying down the terms of your friendship. It's like, it's not like, it's really not about not liking the person. It's really not about not wanting to talk to them. It's really more about needing to take care of yourself, or needing to mentally relax for yourself, because life can be really stressful. And sometimes you're just not in a way to talk to friends, you know? For friendships like this, you know, where they're totally okay with that, sometimes having, like, a code word, or, like, just, like, a phrase you say, you know, to let them know, like, hey, I just need to calm down. I just need to get out of here. You know, that can be great. And I'd say that's more useful for, like social situations where you're outside with that friend and a lot of other people, and you just say, like, I'm tired. And then they're like, okay, you know, that means not only are they tired, but they really want to just go home and just go recharge, you know? You don't really need that in, like, an online situation, like, where it's like a Skype call or something. You know, you're like, I'm tired. You just be like, hey, dude, I just need a break now, all right? Like, it was great talking to you, but I just really need to go rest up. So it's like, you know, having that kind of understanding, and having that kind of like I'm gonna need your help with this a little bit kind of understanding would be great. And I feel like if you have good friends, they will respect this, you know? Like they may not understand it. Some of your extrovert friends may not understand it. And it may be weird to say that out loud, but I feel like if you're honest, then the people who really matter in your life and the people who will really be your greatest friends or your, like your closest family members or whatever will totally respect this, I mean, it's like among strangers and among like people who aren't as kind, then, it'll be weird and you're just gonna have to figure out a way to get out of those situations or not get into them in the first place, I suppose. But man, I don't know. I just feel like it really shouldn't be that complicated, I just feel like it really shouldn't be as complicated as, just like not being able to be honest with somebody and just be like, hey, I just need to go recharge. I just need to go relax. And it'll definitely feel better than just like ignoring somebody, you just like if somebody calls you up or somebody like messages you on Twitter or Skype, just like, hey, what are you doing right now? Just like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm relaxing right now. I just need some time to myself, just there's no, if they respect you, they should just listen to that, honestly. And I guess the last thing I want to really talk about is like figure out what helps you to recharge. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, an introvert usually needs something, or usually needs a time period, I guess, to themselves to relax. And like introverts aren't incapable of going out in social situations. I would say somebody who's incapable of going out into social situations at all would be somebody with anxiety, not somebody who would be considered an introvert. I mean, it could be an introverted anxiety, whatever. But that's a little bit more extreme, I suppose. But an introvert usually is okay with going out in social situations sometimes. And sometimes, or a lot of the time, they do need something to help recharge, or some time period, or just in general, like, there's just like, it's just going out on this social thing, and then, your batteries get drained, I guess is the easiest way to talk about it. It's just, you go out and you're out there for a while and you have a good time, you really do, but maybe you have to turn in early because you just feel drained. That's really what it is. You just feel drained and you just want to go home and go sit in a bath or go curl up with a book, like just find whatever it is for when you get home that helps you recharge, that helps you get back to a state of normalcy, because you can feel drained for days if you don't figure out how to take care of yourself. And it can be, I don't know, man. I've done it before where I just lay there for like a while. I just can't do anything, and it's like I know for myself what helps me. And a lot of it is taking a bath, or it's like relaxing with a video game for a while. It may be working on your hobby, but yeah, like just think about like some kind of, I don't know, like a ritual or something that you do when you get home after you've gone out, on this exhausting but fun social adventure, and and perform this, like maybe it's like taking a bath, and then after your bath you get out and you read 2 chapters of your book, or you play a video game for an hour, and then you go take a nap for an hour, or whatever it is that helps you, whatever the combination of things that help you. Maybe it's just having a peanut butter sandwich, or just cooking something. Cooking can be kind of relaxing too, to be honest. Well, hope you didn't hear my cat. He's like freaking out up there. But yeah, just something that helps you to chill. And I guess at that point you have to kind of either cut yourself off from all of the, other people calling you to ask you like, hey, what's wrong? Or hey, you coming back? Or hey, what are you doing? Come over? You may have to either cut yourself off from that, or just be okay, or figure out a way to be okay with just messaging them and just saying, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. But yeah, honestly, I don't think the world should be as scary as it is for introverted people. I don't think it really needs to be. I just think a lot of it is like, you need to think for yourself, like, do you even really want to be part of this world that much? Like how much does it matter that you go out and party? Like, is that something you really want to do? Because if you don't, then there's no reason to really worry about that as much. If you find it hard to be in a large group of friends, like, does it matter that you can't be in a large group of friends? Like, I don't know, like I don't think you need to go to parties. I don't think you need to have, these huge groups of friends. I don't think you need to feel like every day you're going to Disney World just to like have a good life, Like, I think we should all be okay with, or we all have different lives and we should be okay with living them, I guess. Yeah, I think that's about it, I guess. Hopefully that helped some people. Hopefully that helped other people understand what it's like to be an introvert and why it can be really scary. I don't know. I didn't really go into too much about like why introverts do anything or whatever, but it's fine. That wasn't really the topic of today anyway, and that would go on for like another 10 minutes. Anyway, thank you for joining me for House Blend, and in the comment section below, I guess tell me, like, if you are introverted, I guess tell me what it is that you, I don't know, like do you feel like you have a hard time with life? Do you feel like did this help you any? Did this make you feel a little bit less alone? I feel like a lot of people feel so alone in this world, and it's just not fair. It's like there's so many people like you. I don't know if you're extroverted, if you would consider yourself to be extroverted, you know, like have you I don't know. I don't know. Just talk to me in the comment section about it, whatever you want to talk about, I guess. Let me know if you have any topics you would like me to talk about for House Blend. The next 2 topics that I have written down are from people who suggested them to me. So yeah, that's something. I am writing them down on a list, so let me know what you'd like me to talk about. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video so that other people can see this and stuff like that. That would be fantastic. And so that I know that, you know, so that I know that you actually did enjoy it, which makes me feel better inside. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, you should check out the other House Blend. Subscribe maybe if you would like to. And I will be doing House Blend will be the series where I talk about this kind of stuff. Caffeine Rush is just a regular speed art series, so you can just see regular art being drawn. Whatever. I think if you enjoyed this video, you will have a good time on my channel. All right. So definitely subscribe to keep up to date with all the new things that will be happening. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.